All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking Boston Celtics. We're a couple days into free agency, and I like the moves that they've been making this offseason so far. I think Danilo Gallinari was a nice little depth piece, nice little depth move. And then as far as Malcolm Brogdon goes, I think you really hit a home run with Malcolm Brogdon. I think having Brogdon as your sixth man getting somewhere between 25-30 minutes a night, I think that poses only positives for both sides. I mean, Brogdon coming out of college, this is something we were talking about on the show today. Coming out of college, there were a lot of worries. There were a lot of concerns. There were a lot of issues that people had with Malcolm Brogdon because of his longevity. So the fact that he is now going to be the sixth man most likely for the Boston Celtics, I think that is the perfect role for him. And he's honestly my early sixth man of the year pick. If I had to pick sixth man of the year right now, I'm going Malcolm Brogdon on the Boston Celtics. But welcome back to the channel, man. Today, obviously, we're talking Boston. I think that they are going to have an even better season than last for a couple of different reasons. I mean, first off, we are talking a top two defense. You know, this is a top two defense that, yeah, they might have a guy like, Al Horford. First off, to me, he demonstrated he has plenty of gas left in the tank. But if anything, they are going to get better defensively. Depoy, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, they're only going to continue to improve. Time Lord, Robert Williams. The biggest thing for Robert Williams is literally just staying healthy. I mean, if he can just stay healthy, I know it sounds like so much easier said than done, but if Robert Williams stays healthy, you're looking pretty good. Now, here's the caveat, and here's my flaw with Boston right now. It's simply big man depth. I mean, it's as simple as big man depth. I don't think they have enough big men. I mean, I look at here's their 10-man projected roster, and this is a big deal actually because last season, the most you really saw in a rotation with them was 9, and that was after the Tice and Derek White acquisition. So just lost Daniel Tice as well, which it's a blow, man. It might sound crazy to see him if you're not like a Celtic fan or like that hardcore of a basketball watcher, but for a team like Boston, losing a cat like Daniel Tice, it's honestly a big deal. It really is. But here's their projected starting lineup. Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Al Horford, Robert Williams, and then their bench, Malcolm Brogdon, Derek White, Danilo Gallinari, Grant Williams, and Peyton Pritchard. So, bench, you have, starters, you got Horford, Robert Williams. Horford isn't at the point where you can really bench him. So, on your bench, if you're running a bench of Brogdon, White, Pritchard, Grant Williams, and Gallinari, do you see what I'm getting at here? Like, I'm wondering if Boston's going to go small ball 5 coming off of the bench. The good news with having a 10-man rotation, and the good news for Boston with the two moves that they made with Gallinari and Brogdon, you add a lot of versatility to your already versatile lineup. I mean, the Celtics had a pretty versatile bench last season, in my opinion. You have guys like Derek White, Derek White was one of the best, most underrated trades at the deadline. I mean, I think it's undisputed, one of the best. So he showed his worth for majority of the playoffs. All right, everyone has bad games, and Boston didn't end up winning the finals, so you can't blame Derek White. But there's no big man. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just no big man. So do you try and get a cat in free agency? I mean, you already got a lot of mouths to feed. You got a lot of people you're trying to keep happy. A lot of minutes to go around. 10 spots. Pritchard, Grant Williams. If anybody, Grant Williams is kind of getting shafted by those two pickups because, I mean, Grant was looking poised. He broke out in the playoffs. He's a good basketball player in general. But he really kind of broke out to the national media, I can't think of, not basic, but he had a phenomenal playoff run. He had a phenomenal playoffs. And so he kind of got out into national media. And if we're looking at only 12 minutes a game for Grant Williams next season, as far as like just the continuous development and progression from what we saw in the playoffs to 14 minutes a night, that's not really a move. So this is just a projected from Hardwood Houdini. This is just a projected lineup with projected minutes on Hardwood Houdini. So hopefully Grant Williams can get more than 12 minutes. If they have to start running small ball lineups with their bench, I wouldn't be surprised if you have Grant Williams running the 5. I'm trying to think of dudes off the top of my head who are free agents currently that Boston could be interested in. I haven't seen too many reports on guys that they are interested or should have interest in. Thomas Bryant. Oh, wait, whoa, here we have one from Harden Houdini right here. CP feels Boston Celtics must pursue Jason Tatum's friend if Thomas Bryant pursuit fails. So the Celtics were going for Thomas Bryant. I mean, it was very, very, very smart to get Thomas Bryant. I know that the Celtics and Lakers aren't they're not best friends, but it was a good move from the Lakers. And if the Celtics got that, I mean, shit, dude. If the Celtics got Thomas Bryant, oh, it's Harry Giles. So yeah, the good news is the free agency at Thomas recording, it's only July 6th. So you have Summer League, you have training camp, you have the preseason, you have the season, you have the trade deadline. You have a very, very, very long time to determine players' strengths, players' weaknesses, what's working, what isn't working, who's working out, who isn't working out, what moves do we have to make. And so maybe then on out, I'm not saying that they're going to go out or should go out and sign Harry Giles. I'm a Duke bandwagon fan, so I wouldn't mind one bit if they went out and signed Harry Giles. But with that being said, there's plenty of free agents out there that should be able to just provide some type of depth, some type of value for you to be a backup big man getting, 15 minutes a night or what have you. But the biggest thing for Boston to me is it's quite literally just staying healthy and continuing to develop and continuing to progress, continuing to build as a team, to continue to get into your bag of tricks. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Marcus Smart, Robert Williams, all these cats are at the gym right now. All of them are working on their games. So Boston, a team that was below 500, they were 20-21 halfway through the season, go on an unreal, historic second half winning just streak after streak after streak, win after win after win, to get all the way into the NBA Finals, everything against them. Now technically all these players have finals experience. They have valuable playoff experience. You just have to build off of that. You got to build off that. I hear this all the time. Is it pigeonholed, where essentially just kind of, you have a bad day, maybe you have a bad day, and everything just starts going bad. Like you wake up, your alarm clock didn't go off. Like, all right, F this, F that. Your coffee pot is broken. You get in a little car crash on your way to work. Maybe that's a little too aggressive. But you get what I'm saying. It's downward momentum. Positive momentum is just as much a thing. So you got to build off of this. You got to build off what you have, the culture you established. Ime Udoka is an absolute godsend. Brad Stevens and Ime are going to have their work cut out for them in a good way this offseason to kind of determine, all right, what are we going to do here? How is this going to work out? Let's look at training camp. Let's see. Let's break down the tapes. Let's break down the film. How can we maximize our players for this upcoming season? So that's it for today, man. Most importantly, if you're watching this and you're a Celtic fan, first off, thank you so much for watching this. If you're not a Celtic fan, still thank you so much for watching this. Celtic fan or not, I really want to hear from you guys down below. What do you think about Boston heading into this season? Do you have the same concerns as me? I think they genuinely need, at some point, you're going to need to figure out a backup big man. You're going to need to figure something out for that. If Al Horford or Robert Williams goes down with an injury, or if they even just in one game deal with foul trouble, you got your work cut out for you. You got a lot of different issues that are going to be posed. So let me know, Celtic fan. Tell me you're a Celtic fan. If not, still same thing. Go ahead, drop a comment down below. What are your thoughts on Boston heading into this upcoming season? That is it from me. Have a blessed night. I'll see you guys later.